Hello, gang. Welcome to the stream. This is the Adrel Show, where 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we look at everything World of Warcraft gold making. And sometimes I nail the intro and don't have an echo. Today is not one of those days, unfortunately. Anyway, welcome in, everyone. How is everybody doing? How was your weekend? How's the gold making been? I've got to be honest, as I sort of covered last week a bit, I've not really been focused as much on gold making as I probably should be, especially since I'm trying to give away a Bruto especially since I am going to be giving away a Brutosaur mount every single week between now and Jan 6th when it goes away. As well as we're also doing a Gummi pet giveaway. So if you guys are not following or subscribed, please go ahead and do that. Twitch subs get 5 bonus tickets to the giveaway, and as always, you can basically get 1 ticket each for following on Twitch and subscribing on YouTube. Today's stream, we're not doing a giveaway because unfortunately we are starting super late, and unfortunately it is going to be another shorter stream. Just have a bunch of personal life things that I need to get to. But on Wednesday stream, most likely we'll do the Gummi pet giveaway, and then on Friday stream is most likely when we're going to do the Brutosaur giveaway. So make sure you guys join back then, and we will try and start those streams on time at noon GMT. But you can also use the command !schedule in Twitch or YouTube chat in order to get the schedule, to get the weekly schedule in your time zone. What's up, Bipolar Taco? How's it going? How's your weekend? Did you get up to anything fun for Halloween or maybe for Diwali? Lord knows my weekend was absolutely jam-packed with Diwali stuff, and then also because a bunch of friends and family were in town for Diwali, we did a couple other dinners and things like that. So it was a good old time. Spent a lot of time with friends, a lot of time with family, and then also nursed a bit of a hangover. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was good first weekend in a while that I didn't have to do moving stuff. Oh, that's always nice. Moving stuff is exhausting, man. Because not only one is the physical part of it, but I feel like that, isn't too bad. It's more so the mental energy of figuring out what goes where. How do I make this look nice? Do I need to buy something else to complement this? I feel like all of that stuff gets really exhausting. But yeah, so always nice to have a weekend off. Hey, Master Louie with the Prime. Thank you. What's up, cuz? How's it going? Welcome back. Thank you so much for the Prime. Very, very much appreciate that. Gets us closer to our goal of for next week's Brutosaur giveaway as well. But tell me, Bipolar Taco, are you done with moving stuff for good, or was this just a weekend you managed to get off, and you still have more moving stuff to do in the weeks to come? But okay, so for today's stream, we're gonna do a little bit of everything. To be honest, we're gonna do a little bit of anniversary event stuff, mainly because of the fact that we unlocked 3 of the tier 2 sets on Friday's stream. We already got the mount a little while ago. We still have, let me see how much of the currency I actually have between all my characters. Oh, look at that. We have enough to get, to grab another tier 2 set, so we'll probably do that. We also have the Dark Moon Fair up. We have some gold making stuff to be done as well, because Lord knows I need to actually get back to that. And first things first, I should probably mention, if you guys are doing the Dark Moon Fair stuff, especially if you're doing it on a bunch of alts, make sure you grab this add-on called DMF Quest. I've been using it for years now, and it's super convenient because if you're in any of the capital cities, so Org or Thunder Bluff or Stormwind, I don't think I need to list all the capital cities. I feel like most of us probably know what those are. But if you're interested in those, you can download this add-on, and it will automatically pop up this window right here, which will not only remind you what professions you have in this character, but also which materials you need to buy off the vendor. And so in order to help you with that, you can then just come over to a vendor that sells the items that you need, and it will automatically buy the right quantity of each. So you can see when we started off, this was 0 out of 0, 0 out of 0, and it then basically picked up all of the mats that we need to complete the tailoring quest. Blacksmithing, we don't need anything, but if this guy had said cooking on him as well and stuff like that, would pick up all of that as well. So great little add-on. The other thing it's super handy for is that it'll also, of course, as you guys can see, give you a little heads up here on how many of the Grizzly trophies you have for that little quest, as well as if you've done the Faded Treasure Map quest on this alt. There is some gold to be made with that as well. But I'm not sure if you know what, we'll cover that when we head over to the actual fair. Sorry, 1 second. Let me jot down. Done moving for about a year. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. That's sort of the situation that we're in as well, where like our lease is coming up on ending in a little bit here, and my wife and I initially were like, oh, we're definitely just spending a year here, and then we're gonna find something that we like more, and now it's kind of like we've just sort of gotten settled in, and so it's really tempting to just go, screw it, let's just extend for another year, and then we'll figure it out next year. You know what I mean? What's up, YouTube chatters? Unfortunately, today the YouTube chat is being a little bit strange in that it's not allowing me to share it between the different channels. Noob Rage, welcome back. How's it going? Yeah, so the exclamation mark Bruto command, it looks like it's probably not working on the Unfortunately, today it's not working on the horizontal stream, which means instead you'll need to check out the vertical stream to use the commands. But the giveaway we're doing on Friday's stream. So if you're interested in only the Brutosaur, make sure you come back on Friday. But otherwise, hang out. We're going to do some gold making stuff. So it'll get you closer to earning one of your own if you don't get lucky with the giveaways. What's up, Sicarius? Welcome back. See you drop the little schedule command there. Firehead, how do the giveaways work? Sure. So I'll drop the command here for you just so that if in case I forget anything, Streamlab, like the bot does a good job of like recapping everything. But basically, on Wednesday we'll be doing another Gummi pack giveaway, and then on Friday's stream we'll be doing the Brutosaur giveaway. And basically you'll just need to join at some point during the stream and drop the relevant command, whether that's I think we're just going to default to exclamation mark raffle, so I don't need to keep swapping it between Bruto and Gummi and just simplify things for everyone that way. But basically, you'll drop that command into chat. You can do it on both Twitch and on YouTube for 2 tickets, and then Twitch subs get 5 bonus tickets to all of the giveaways. So if you sub for a month, which is like the standard sub length, you'll basically get 5 bonus tickets for each of the 8 giveaways that we do. So it'll basically get you what's the math on that? If we're doing 8 giveaways, it's good. Dude, I'm blanking on math. 160 bonus tickets, I guess. Starting off the stream being bad at math. This is a good sign. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited. But okay, anyways, coming back to the add-on here. The other nice thing it does is that it gives you these nice little buttons at the bottom for all of the weekly quests. So all you can do is click on this and it will automatically accept the quest, and then it'll tell you which ones you've done for this character each week or each month, which is kind of handy, especially if you're planning on using these quests for experience, which they're a pretty decent way of getting experience on alts. 1 second, I had something else to say about that. Yeah, so when it comes to the Dark Moon Fair tickets, I feel like this sometimes, because of the fact that it's an evergreen sort of gold making source, I feel like I haven't really talked about it too much on stream, but I've definitely made a good bit of gold with it in the past. And certainly if you're interested in doing something like selling, what do you call it? And it's just if you're okay with selling something like transmog, or you're just looking to collect some really cool transmog sets for yourself, the Dark Moon Fair is kind of a gold mine. Because in most cases, now I did have a spreadsheet back in the day. I don't recall where it is. If I dust it off, I may try and polish that up and share it with you guys. But basically, most of these items, you should be able to buy them off the auction house. After which, let's pop our Brutosaur up. After which you can basically turn in each of these items, right? Almost, I believe all of these except. Well, I was going to say all of them except for one, but I think actually all of these ones that show up here, you could just pick up off the auction house, so you don't even need to bother farming them yourself on all of your alts. And in most cases, you can turn a profit by just buying these items off the auction house, turning them in. You'll get some experience. You'll get some Dark Moon Fair rep if that means anything to you. But more importantly, you'll get 5 to 15 of these Dark Moon prize tickets. And those you can use for a couple of different things to convert them into gold, depending on what markets you're interested in. Now, none of them are super quick selling consumables or anything like that. But if you're okay to, if you have a little bit of patience, you can pick up things like the Dark Moon pets. You can also pick up some transmog pieces. Now, something like this, like the Cloak of the Dark Moon Fair, where it's only selling for about 1,300 gold for 90 tickets. Yeah, you're probably not making a big amount of gold on that. Those I think you may struggle to break even on. But if we come over to these guys here, not the heirloom vendor, that's not who I'm looking for, the replica armor pieces. Most of these pieces sell for a really, really fat chunk of gold. Now, the sale rate on them isn't amazing because it is transmog at the end of the day. But certainly if you're a collector, I mean, these are basically what is it? Is it tier 1? I think it's the tier 1 sets, basically, that you pick up off the vendor here. And you'll see that there's a whole bunch of different pieces. Or sorry, no, these aren't the tier 1, right? This is like dungeon. I think this is like the dungeon set 2 is what these are. And one vendor sells that, the other vendor sells the other tier. And these generally sell for quite a good amount. I mean, as you guys can see as I'm mousing over these, some of these pieces are selling for as low as like, the lowest I'm seeing is like what, like 25,000 gold? And on the high end, I mean, as much as like 120,000 gold or 200,000 gold. There we go, 200,000 gold for the bracers. I don't know. I'm always skeptical when bracers are super expensive because I feel like if I was buying a set like this for myself, I'm probably not going to spend a whole bunch on bracers just because they may or may not add that much of a look. But let's see here. 200,000. Are the bracers like noticeable? Is that what's going on? All right, let's do this. Let's put on every piece of the set, and let's put the bracers on at the end, and let's see if we can even notice the bracers making a difference. So this is without the bracers, and then that's with the bracers. I don't know. I feel like it's. I feel like it doesn't look any different. Is it just me? Lord, okay. But either way, the point still stands. Yeah, these are a great way to make gold. I mean, as you can see, a lot of these pieces are selling for like 200,000 gold. And you got to keep in mind that these prices that you're seeing here are on Illidan, right? 300,000 gold. Jesus. But a lot of these prices are the prices that you're seeing on Illidan North America. So two things to take away from this. First of all, if you play on almost any other server, I mean, outside of like maybe Area 52 potentially also has, some maybe slightly lower prices, and a couple of the other super large servers like Illidan may have similar pricing. But even then, I mean, 200,000 gold is not a bad price for some of these items, right? But that aside, if you play on a less populated server, you can probably get even more for a lot of these pieces. It will be a little bit slower to sell them, but these do sell. I'm not sure if Trade Skill Master has any of the data still logged for any of this, but I've definitely sold these pieces before. And, if you want to do a little bit more high effort of this, you could also just save up all the tickets. The other nice thing about these Dark Moon Fair tickets is that they are completely account transferable now. So you can come into this window here and transfer them all over to one character and stockpile them that way. And then I don't have the math already done for how many exactly you need to get a full set of this. But another thing you could do is just advertise in trade chat like, hey, I'll sell you a full set of this gear, right? If you're choosing for like 500,000 gold, and try and negotiate. And I'm sure you'll get, someone or the other who, like, there will be collectors out there who are willing to pay a pretty penny for that. But yeah, so I would say this is another really good gold making farm that you can kind of do once a month. I would, most of these items I would recommend at the very least, if you have the stomach for it, I would pick up these items and complete these on as many alts as possible. The quests do give a good amount of experience as well, so it could be a good way to level up your alt army passively as well, especially with like the 20% experience buff from the anniversary event that's up. You can probably also grab the Halloween buff, which also reminds me I should probably queue up for the Headless Horseman real quick while we're doing all this. And yeah, I would just post these for 48 hours on whatever server you're on, and they will eventually sell. Prices may also be a little bit reduced right now simply because of the fact that the Dark Moon Fair is up right now, so you'll probably see even better prices once the Dark Moon Fair leaves town. And so for about 3 weeks of the month, rather, you can make a decent little amount of gold from that. You can also, like I was saying, if you're more interested in pets, I believe most of these pets are cageable. And you'll probably have to see, you know, on your server what they sell for and stuff like that. But these sell for a pretty penny as well. If you're more of a mount collector, I wanted to do a little YouTube short on this. I haven't gone around to it yet. But with the introduction of the current, like the warband transferable currencies, it's now super easy to gather enough of these tickets on any one of your characters to be able to afford something like the Dark Moon Dirigible, which is this mount right here. Pretty cool looking mount, if you ask me. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, so if you previously it was a little bit tougher to grab this mount just because of the fact that you had to get all 1,000 of these tickets on one of your, like on a single character, right? And so you would have had to have farmed them up on whichever character you planned on actually buying the mount on. Whereas now with you know, with these account-wide currencies, it's a lot easier. I mean, as you can see, I've basically just been doing like profession stuff on most of these characters, and you can see that they've, over the years, gathered up a decent amount of tickets. And I picked up the mount earlier in the expansion, but it's another pretty easy way that you can grab another mount for your collection. And heck, there's a couple of other Dark Moon mounts as well that you buy with tickets. Let's see here. I think the Dancing Bear, that's 180 tickets, which again isn't super hard to get, but it's easier that you can, you know, just combine them all on one character now using the currency transfer between different characters. Bipolar Taco, since the new PepsiCo thing started today, I'm going to see how many points you get per code. I went to the store yesterday but didn't see any new bags yet. Okay, sick. Yeah, definitely let me know because I'm very curious as to that. Like I said, so basically for those of you who may not be aware, is it going to show up like this? Probably not, right? Did they list it under trading post? Because we found it the other day, the motorbike that I'm talking about, right? That comes from the Mountain Dew promotion. The annoying thing is that basically it's yet again available only to US based players, at least that's what it looks like. Where is it? This one, the Hate Forge Blaze Cycle. Super sick looking mount, right? But again, only available to North American, well, US players specifically, it seems like. And so, given that, I'm going to try and see if, like the Gummi pet, I can try and get some codes for it. And if I can, then we'll give these away. The only problem is that they've not really put out the redemption rates. And with the bags of candy, it was easy enough to just like get them for a friend and then have them give away all the candy during Halloween, right, for trick-or-treating and stuff. Whereas with like the Mountain Dew, the codes are on the inside of the, like the Mountain Dew, the what is it, Rockstar energy drink, and like the Doritos. I think the Doritos are easy enough because the codes are on the outside of the package. So there I can just have, you know, my whoever I get to buy them for me in the States, like to just give me the codes and then they can sort of do the Doritos whenever they want. But with the Mountain Dew, they can only give me codes when they actually open it because it's on the like inside of the packaging. And so I feel like anyone's going to be a little sussed out if they try and give them those away as well. Like, because I don't think anyone's really going to accept like an open energy drink or like an open Mountain Dew, right? I would hope not, at least. Because that does seem sus as hell. But yeah, so Bipolar Taco, if you do find out the redemption rates, that would really help me out. Because if it's not that bad, if it's like getting a case of those, you know, gets us a couple of the mounts, then it's a lot easier for me to make that happen. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. We'll see. I got the mount from the Headless Horseman. Good stuff. Congratulations. Yeah, that's one of those mounts that like I remember farming the absolute life out of a couple of expansions ago. And yeah, so I think they've buffed the drop rate now, or at least added some like bad luck protection, right? The way they did to all of the anniversary, to all of the event mounts, which is kind of nice. I also do really like that the new transmog set that they made has a guaranteed drop rate. And so if you don't know what I mean, I basically mean this set here, the Patched Harvest Golem set is basically 100% drop rate. So if you really wanted to, and if you had enough alts, you could just farm this on all of your alts in one day, and then basically unlock the entire set. So like now I know to unlock the rest of this transmog set, all I need to do is run the boss 3 more times between all my alts, and it's 100% drop rate. And I feel like that's a fun way of doing something like this, as opposed to making it like a rare drop rate plus a limited time event giveaway thing. You know what I mean? So let's see. Dart Sneezy, what about Canada? I'm actually not sure. The thing is, I don't live in North America, so it's harder for me to figure out exactly how like gated these these promotions are. I know for the gummy pets, they were very clear that it was like US customers only, which I was annoyed by, because the thing is, I can buy trolley gummy worms where I live, right? Like I can buy the brand and do the thing. I can do the exact same thing, but they're not going to accept the receipts that I submit from here. And I don't know, that seems kind of weird. Firehead just got this mount yesterday. Good luck. Thank you. Congratulations on getting the mount. Oh, I thought you were doing it for the mount. Good luck with the mogs then. Thank you. Well, I also got the Hallows End armor, this thing, the Drake Watcher manuscript, which I guess I didn't have already. So we did get an RNG drop. So thank you to everyone who wished me luck there. It seems to have paid off. And it looks like in typical Adrel show fashion, I completely forgot to use up my knowledge point items from last week, or to even turn in the blacksmithing quest, which is not great. Again, don't do this. Don't do as I say, not as I do. Stay on top of your profession quests. I've gotten lazy with it. Don't follow me into that. Newbridge on YouTube. Okay, no worries with the Bruto giveaway. I enjoy learning your gold making tips, honestly. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that they're helpful. I never realized that those transmogs were tradable. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm guessing you mean the Dark Moon transmogs, right? Yeah, they're completely tradable, and they sell for a really pretty penny. And it makes sense, right? Because it is a bit of a pain in the butt to figure out like which items you need, how much you turn them into, what the value of these tickets are, and stuff like that, right? And like the number one thing that you're almost always selling in the world of Warcraft is convenience. Like, make no mistake, whether you're selling, crafted armor, crafted profession gear, whatever you're selling, right? You're crafting the alloys, you're crafting, you're selling these weight stones or whetstones or whatever else. All you're doing is you're selling the convenience of the fact that whatever player needs these items doesn't need to like level up an alt, slap the profession on them, and then like level it up themselves, right? And so the more complicated something is to figure out, the more gold there generally is in it. And so something like these Dark Moon transmogs are a perfect example, because even if people know that you can buy these replica things off of the Dark Moon vendor and whatever, doing the math and figuring out like, all right, how many of these imbued crystals, monstrous eggs, mysterious grimoires, like all these items, figuring out which the items are. There's not like a great way in game to see what those items are. As well as then figuring out how much they cost. Is it cheaper for me to just buy the mog? Like all that, people aren't going to do it. And so that's where the nice little bit of arbitrage comes in, right? Bipolar Taco, I got it the first time I ever ran it, so they def buffed it because I'm not that lucky. I mean, that's the way RNG works, right? Like, I feel like there is like a negative correlation where like the more you want something, the worse your RNG gets, which is amazing that Blizzard's managed to figure out an RNG system that works that effectively for that. But what's up, Nadi? Welcome. How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. How was your weekend? How's your day going? All right, we've got the Dark Moon buff up. Dude, I need a better mount add-on. If you guys have any good mount add-ons, please let me know in chat. I've been looking for a while, and I've yet to find one that I'm kind of okay with. I'm fishing Drowned Mana. Is that for the mount, or is there some gold to be made there as well? Because again, I feel like, like I was just saying, like I feel like the absolute best way, especially now, right? In previous expansions, like margins held up for a longer period of time. So you could kind of just keep crafting the most recent expansion stuff until pretty late into Dragonflight, and more or less until the end of Dragonflight. Whereas I feel like the War Within's been a little bit different in that like the markets for dang near everything crashed. I feel like in like after like the first 2 months, like at this stage, I feel like most margins are pretty trash. And so we've reached the point in the expansion where it makes sense to look at older expansion stuff and like less conventional gold making, right? Where like what I mean by that is I think generally in this game, the best way to make gold has been, well, one of the best ways to make gold, at least as a crafter, has been to just craft whatever end game stuff is available for the latest expansion. And usually the way the pattern goes is a new expansion drops, everything is super, super, profitable. And then gradually things start to fade a bit and then they drop, a major patch. And again, prices, recover. They add some new crafted items and things like that. And you have this gradual you have this gradual slope downwards, but it keeps like spiking a little bit every time they have a new patch and whatever else, right? Whereas this expansion, I feel like it's just kind of like poof. Like prices for dang near everything just crashed super quick, to the point that like it doesn't feel like we're 2 months into the expansion from a purely gold making perspective. You know what I mean? I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Is it just me? I feel like that's why I kind of got a bit more disheartened with gold making quicker than I usually would be. Nazi farming, fishing drowned mana for the mount. How much? By the way, how much drowned mana do you need? Because that's been one of those mounts that's been on my list for ages. But like anytime I look at how many I need to farm, it's some ridiculous amount, and so I haven't gone around to like biting the bullet and just going into it. Can you still turn in the DMF items on every single toon? Yep, you can. So that's what I was saying. This add-on DMF quest is kind of great for that because it shows you not only all the items that you can turn in, but also if you've completed it on this character yet, or even if you have it in the bags. So you can see for this guy, I can at a glance just see that the quest is done. But yeah, you can still turn it in on every single alt. They haven't nerfed it, hopefully yet. I'm going to touch wood real quick. Because they did nerf the time walking badges, right, on alts, which I think we all kind of were worried they were going to do, and sure enough, they did. But they haven't nerfed that just yet. What's up, click screen? Click skr. Is it? Sorry, click skr. Let me know. Is that short for click screen, or would you prefer me to pronounce it click skr? But yeah, so the Brutosaur giveaway isn't happening today. It's probably going to happen. So we're going to do the Gummi Pet giveaway on Wednesday, and then we're going to do the Brutosaur giveaway on Friday. It looks like the website is not updated for the new WoW stuff yet. Wait, which website? Oh, the Mountain Dew promo, right? Click SCR. Okay. Click CR? Is that am I good that way? Click CR. All right, thanks for letting me know. Click CR. All right, why am I wandering aimlessly around? Let's we need to head back. Well, we need to head back to Dornagol and complete our weekly profession quests. And you know what? Like I said, we're gonna do some crafting on today's stream, because Lord knows I've let gold making take a little bit of a backseat. Not gonna lie to you, but we've got Brutosaurs to pay for, so. I feel like I gotta get back into the mix with the gold making here. Hey, what's up, Josh? Welcome back. How was your weekend? How's it going? The MVV of the stream. All right, should we do a quick transmog repo? All right, let's do it. We said we're gonna do gold make stuff. Let's actually do some gold make stuff. Nati, I don't know how many you need. I just know is less than usual because of all the rep buffs. Oh, that's a really good point. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, because I guess the drowned mana you turn in for rep with the little dude, right? I wonder actually in the same note, there's the amount that you need in whatchamacallit, in all right, one second. We've got a new adventure guide. I completely forgot about that. There's the mount that you get in Nazjatar, right? And you need to basically do a horrifically stupid amount of Is it this one? I think it's this one or this one. It's one of these two mounts. Or this one maybe, where you basically need to do daily quests with like each of your like companions, and it's brutal, man. It's like peak BFA design, right? Like very much the team that was like clearly was the team to work on Shadowlands, and it's just so grindy that anytime I've tried to get into it, I've not really gotten around to it. Because anytime I look at it, it requires like 67 days of dailies or something, and I'm like, I can look like even something like the old world quests that require like 30 days of dailies. I'll gradually work towards those, right? Because I'll do them a couple days in a row, and then I'll forget about them for a bit, and then I'll come back to it and whatever. But when it's like 67 days of dailies in a row, your boy's not doing it. Like I'm just not doing it. Hey, thank you so much for the follows, Stanky Bolt. Tornadoes, haha, not bad. Oh no. Hopefully, I'm hoping everything went okay with that. I heard there were some big ones in Oklahoma. Jeez, we're all good. It happens. It's amazing to me that you're like, yeah, tornadoes, they happen. Like where I live, we'll have sandstorms every now and then, and that'll like mess up, that'll certainly mess up your day. Lord knows flooding will sometimes in the past couple of years, flooding has started to become a bit of an issue as well on the rare occasion that happens. But yeah, I mean, even those like are much more minor than what I would assume tornadoes are like. And even then you'd hear me whining more than it happens. I respect it. Yeah, you need rep first, and only then you can buy it for more drowned. Jeez. The roof and fence got a little jacked, but hey, it's life. Okay, fair enough. So I guess that's not too bad. I mean, because to be fair, like the last time we had like major floods, like people's houses were literally underwater. Like it was, nothing here is designed for huge amounts of rainfall for presumably understandable reasons, right? Like we're in the middle of the desert. As a result of that, anytime there is like a huge amount of rain, I mean, most of the like old, the funny part is like the older the community is, the more geared it is for somehow the more geared they've been for like things like floods, which doesn't really make sense because having lived here like back in the 90s as well, we didn't have a lot of floods back in the 90s and things like that. It's a more like it's definitely a newer problem, but somehow the newer like buildings and houses and things like that struggle more with things like flooding, which you would assume that like the newer codes are probably more up to it. But I think it's probably not me being an old man to be like, they don't build things the way that they used to. Dude, why am I even holding on to these? I crafted so many of these stupid things at the end of Dragonflight when concentration was super broken. Because they hadn't tuned it. Like, they dropped it in the pre-patch, and they hadn't tuned concentration for Dragonflight items. And so, I crafted a whole bunch of these. And I'm wondering if I should just vendor all of them. Because previously they were selling for a decent amount of gold. But at this point, I'm sure the War Within versions are so cheap as well that, I mean, for 2 gold and 31 silver, I may as well just vendor the whole thing. It's like $2,000. It's going to take me more mental energy to like deal with what I need to do with these. All right, let's just go ahead and vendor all of these. I'm starting to realize that I need to do more of this, is just like clearing out my bags and like giving up on items that are like clearly not going to make me gold again. You know what I mean? Because I have a tendency to just like hoard everything, where I'm like, oh, but I'm sure I'll be able to, like, if I crafted all these items, I'm sure I'll be able to sell it for a good amount of gold at some point, right? And I think a big part of it is just, I just need to make peace with the fact that like some items, we vendor them and we don't think about them, and we use that mental energy towards crafting other things that are going to be more profitable anyway. Do you guys have any items like that you just like hoard and you're like, one day I'll sell this for something? I mean, a good amount of this inventory is just stuff like that as well. Let me check this out. I have more of these reinforced armor kits from Dragonflight in my bank here. We've got more of the Dragonflight spell threads. Lord. I mean, at this point, yeah, I think we're literally just going to vendor all these because I can't be bothered to figure out how to actually sell these profitably. And I feel like I probably made more than enough gold with these in Dragonflight itself that I probably don't need to bother trying to sort out, their profitability here. All right, let's also take a quick look. So this guy's whole thing is Razor Stones. He's fully min-maxed on it. I mean, the only thing he could do better is like get a better, what do you call it, leatherworking thingamabobber for it. All right, one second, let me catch up on chat real quick. Stanky Bolt, it's Firehead. Oh, okay, sick. Welcome to the Twitch stream. Being here for about a decade, it's normal for us crazy people. I mean, yeah, I guess that's like everything in life, right? Like a lot of those like crazy things sound really weird. And you'd probably be a lot more freaked out if you haven't seen them happen a bunch of times. You know what I mean? The same way like sandstorms. Initially, when you first move here, I feel like sandstorms will really mess you up. And then it kind of just becomes like, hey, it's like a sandstorm that happens every now and then. You just make sure you try and stay off the roads and try not to try and like squint or like wear sunglasses as much as you can when you're like outside of your car. But again, I feel like sandstorms are not on the same level as like tornadoes. What's up, Solenderus? Welcome back. How's the gold making? Not great. That's what we were just talking about. That I feel like for the first time in a long while, the War Within stuff isn't as good for gold making as I thought it would be. What's happening? The market crashing? I mean, I don't think more than usual. To be fair, I've kind of not been doing a lot of gold making stuff for the past, like, at this point, probably 2 or 3 weeks. And yeah, that's because kind of all of the markets sort of crashed a bit, right? I mean, I think there's still gold making opportunities out there, and I think the problem is not so much that there isn't gold to be made. It's more so the things that I was doing for gold making and the things that I was enjoying for gold making, which was bulk crafting things at rank 3. So sort of very high effort builds are less profitable than they were. I don't think they're like not profitable, right? I mean, because if we look at this, I mean, we'll see what happens once Auctionator finishes its scan. But this is pretty good, right? 1,000 gold profit per craft, 63% profit margin. And I'm guessing the sale rate on these hasn't like fallen through the floor or anything crazy like that. Yeah, a decent amount of gold to be made here as well. The rank 2s don't seem to be profitable, which seems kind of odd. But the rank 3s seem to have a pretty decent margin. So I mean, just based off of this one item alone, I would guess that there's a good number of items that are still gonna net us a tidy little profit. Let's see here. Can we do these at rank 3? Is that a consumable? Yeah. I think probably a good idea at this stage is going to be to focus on consumables as much as possible. Because gear pieces and things like that, I mean, people will be buying them for alts. And again, look, none of this negates what I was saying on stream the other day. I still think the GOAT build for gold making right now is going to be the build that we covered on stream the other day, where you're crafting the blue crafted profession, the blue like starting / leveling gear. You're going to craft the green profession equipment, and then the PvP gear and then maybe do some crafting orders as well. That's still going to be the best source of gold. But I think outside of that, I think there's probably a good bit of gold to be made with things like this, right? I mean, we know for a fact that the embroidery threads and the polishing clots, I need to craft as many of these as I can right now before they drop the next patch. Because 11.0.7, not only are they nerfing the crap out of multi-craft, but they're also specifically nerfing the additional embroidery tree. That's this tree right here. They're specifically nerfing the crap out of this. Where it says multi-craft yields 50% additional resources when crafting polishing clots. I believe they're nerfing this from I think currently it's the thing is the phrasing in the patch notes is so weird in that I'm fairly certain they're nerfing this from a plus 100% to plus 50%. But I don't know if I don't know. That's coming with 11.0.7, but I don't know if that's them fixing it to where they expected it to be and it was just bugged prior to that, or if that's an actual nerf where they're going to nerf it from the amount that's mentioned here as well. In either case, the main takeaway is that they're nerfing the crap out of this finishing reagent tree. And so we're in this weird situation where ideally what I need to do is craft as many of these before the patch drops as possible and then sell them afterwards, because I'll basically have a lower cost base. And so this is one of the rare patches where even I'm going to stockpile things, and I'm also going to recommend that other people stockpile things, which I haven't really done before. I've never really bothered stockpiling items for any patch, but this time the changes they're making to what do you call it? To multi-craft alone means that it is a very good idea not to just stockpile things, not to just like buy a whole bunch of something and like hold on to it. I mean, that you can do if you want, but I'm always going to be skeptical about, simply because of the fact that I always feel there's going to be someone out there who has gone a lot deeper on the investment than you have, right? Who has a lot more gold to throw around and is willing to take a lot more of a hit on it. And the second thing is who also has a lower cost base than you, either because they're farming those items themselves, or they've they've hired a farmer or something like that. Like they figured out a way to just buy it at the lowest price possible, and they've stockpiled it. So they will always be able to price you out of the market if you buy. I mean, let's say you decide, all right, I'm going to stockpile, I don't know, ore, right? If you're farming it yourself, you're a little bit more immune to this. But if you're doing the way that I do, if you're like, all right, I'm going to stockpile a whole bunch of acarite because I think it's going to spike in price after the patch. I mean, maybe, but I guess it always comes down to your risk tolerance, right? Like I don't have the risk appetite for that. And also I don't think it's great advice if you're not sitting on a whole bunch of gold. Like if you have more gold than you know what to do with, sure, why not? Invest some of it in some mats, and you'll probably make a little bit of gold selling it after the patch drops. But if you don't have that much gold, I would not recommend tying up your gold into longer term investments right now. I would say, set up more cloth crafters. Yeah, and my main advice would be like stockpile crafted items and not raw materials, simply because of the fact that things like the multi-craft nerf alone is going to make such a big difference to this. So anything that can proc multi-craft, I would say stockpile as much of that as your appetite allows you to. You know what I mean? But okay, are we min-maxed on tailoring? I guess ingenuity is not going to help us. So I think on these finishing reagents, we're kind of maxed out. The only other thing we could do is get the blue profession equipment. And I wonder if the robe does have multi-craft on it. So if this isn't stupidly expensive, no, never mind. It's probably still not going to be worth it. Because even if this cost me 2,000 or 3,000 gold, honestly, the profit margin on, like, the difference it's going to make on the profit margin for these finishing reagents is going to be so minuscule that it's not going to work out. Like it's not going to be, it's going to take, I don't know, man. I'm in two minds. On one hand, it may actually be worth it, but I'm also skeptical. Is that a consumable? Yeah, for the average raider now. Exactly. I mean, you got to figure, well, a lot of people probably aren't I don't know. I was trying to think of what they're not doing, but honestly, I don't think there's anything that people aren't doing right now, right? I mean, there's probably less like prog raiders, but is that the case? Because I think I still saw something in the articles. The thing is, I don't like prog raid or anything like that, but I think I still saw that like until now, even Narrowbar Palace, it's like the top 50 guilds. I think they just closed like what is it, like the Hall of Fame or whatever that they have, that like the first 50 guilds in each region, right? I think people are still progging Narrowbar Palace, so presumably there's still people doing that. There's a lot, you better believe there's a lot of people leveling alts and doing alt stuff. So I mean, markets like Bags would be a great spot to be in. Yeah, and then things like the spell threads as well. If you're crafting this on someone who has multi-craft, you got to keep in mind my character, this guy right here, isn't set up for armor for spell threads, and so that's why he's not able to craft these profitably. But if we hop over to one of my other tunes who is spec'd for it, there will be a good amount of gold to be made there. We've seen 9 in the last 24 hours. Tornadoes? Jeez. Technically some were just funnel clouds. Dude, 9 tornadoes is still wacky. However small they were, like that does sound kind of terrifying. Bipolar Taka saw the Solheim video on taking rank 2 to rank 3 herbs and ores. Not sure what the process is called. Oh yeah, I saw that. I've had my eye on that since the start of the expansion. I know for mining it's called refining, and so you can basically refine rank 2 ore into rank 3 ore. And I think the profit margin was kind of decent. I think it was like 10% or something, which is kind of legit, right? Because I always admit I always hated the fact that they got rid of smelting. Well, I didn't hate it, but it was a nice little semi shuffle that you could do on any miner, right? So much so that mining also started to kind of, used to be a bit more of a crafting profession as well, because that was the only way that I would use mining, like back in vanilla and stuff like that, is I would pick up mining just so that I could smelt my own ores. I mean, till today, my blacksmith has mining on him, not because I'm actually using that toon to mine. If I was going to go out and gather, I would do it on a dual gatherer instead, right? On something like a Drakthir for the bonus perception or whatever else. But that toon still has mining on it just because he has all of the smelting recipes for like dark iron ore and like all these like niche ores from previous expansions. And so I was happy to see that they like that the refining is at least profitable, because I think in Dragonflight as well they had a refining system, but it was just never profitable. And so I was happy to see that in the War Within it is actually profitable, and it's basically passive and easy to set up. Yeah, for sure. I mean that's that's a great little thing, right? And I think not a lot of people think of it that way. Like not a lot of people think of mining as a gathering profession or as a crafting profession, so they're probably not going to do it that way. But okay, we'll hop onto my main as well. I suppose we should technically be doing vault stuff, because I don't think I've done anything for my vault on my main. Yeah. Not unlocked a single slot. But I also can't be bothered to run delves right now. All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick little break, and then we'll come back and get back into all of our gold making stuff. I'm also almost certain that a bunch of mails have expired, because there's no shot that my main just has 2 mails that are expiring in 21 hours in one day. But hey, if they expired, they expired. I may take a look at the lost mail recovery website in a bit, like in the next couple days, and try and see if there's anything worth recovering. All right, quick little break, and then we'll come back and get back to the gold making stuff. All right, see you guys in a few. All right, and we are back. How is everybody doing? Welcome back to the stream. So we are just doing some basic gold making stuff. We spent a little bit of time on the Dark Moon Fair. All right, covered some of the gold making opportunities there. Because I think that is a pretty decent way to make gold, especially right now, given the fact that there's not a lot of gold in a lot of the War Within stuff. Sorry, 1 second. Is the music? Are we doing okay on the music? Is it too loud? Let me know in chat. Anyway, so we are on my main. Let's quickly do our enchanting crafts. Well, first and foremost, let's scan the auction house on this account. I love that despite the fact that I have a Brutosaur, I still am just so habitually tied to this little area between the auction house and the mailbox and Dornagle, when I really don't need to be, but... All right, and on this guy, we are going to try and see what we can craft here. Let's do our recipes. Let's pop open recipe scan here. And we will... All right, let's pick options here. Optimize concentration. Nope. Let's do only favorites. Include soulbound, unlearn. No. Film. All right, let's scan recipes real quick. It should only have 3 items. Is this for real? Are all 3 of these items actually profitable? I'll be honest, I'm checking after a while simply because of the fact that like I said, I kind of after we hit the 40 million milestone, I was kind of a little bit lazy with my gold making stuff. And then also, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I bought into the narrative a little bit, even though I've been saying this all expansion that like there's still so much gold to be made, and that I feel like a lot of the gold making communities have gotten a little naysay, right? Generally, if you check out the WoW economy subreddit, or some of the comment sections and things like that. Oh, hold up, is this? No, we don't want to use concentration. Okay, that's why everything was looking so profitable, because we were looking at using concentration. Well, if we're just looking at using concentration, then we may as well not select only favorites. I suppose we can look at unlearned. I doubt we're going to want to use concentration on gear. So I think there we're probably okay. I'm a bit confused, though. I'm not going to lie, because it looks like... It looks like these are profitable without concentration, right? So why isn't it showing up that way in this? Like in the craft scan, or in the craft sim recipe scan. The heck is going on? Why is it optimizing for rank 2s though? Oh, because we're using reagent quality 1. Oh, dude, this is weird. I appreciate the changes that they've made to Craft Sim, but if we're gonna put the options in here, then put all the options. Don't leave some of the options over here. But okay, that makes more sense. So we can make about 1,000 gold per craft for the Ironclaw weight stones. Is that because the prices on these are jacked up? It looks like it is, but I think we should still craft some of these. It's gone down now. It's gone down, but it was never going to stay where it was. Would not have been good for anyone. What, the overall market? Well, I mean, I think the reason that Blizzard nerfed multicraft as much as they did was because of the fact that it was a bit overtuned. I think they didn't expect multicraft to be as big of a part of crafting as it ended up being. You know what I mean? To me, in my mind, that's why they nerfed multicraft, because they realized that. I mean, I've joked before that like the crafting system that Blizzard's put in since Dragonflight has basically just been a new lottery game, right? It's just been a what do you call it? It's been a little mini gambling game that they snuck into WoW under the guise of a crafting system, right? Where you could craft, but most of your profits would come from your procs. So anytime you were crafting, you were mainly just, trying to chase that dopamine hit of getting a multi-craft proc or potentially a resourcefulness proc, which is worth less now, but certainly when you were doing the enchants with the profane tinderboxes, like that was the big thing, you know what I mean? Like you were hoping that you got a resourcefulness proc and you got back your profane tinderbox, and then you'd make a fat amount of profit on that specific enchant. People were farming a token every 2 hours, and that's just farming. If you wanted to gamble on crafting, you could get way more. Yeah, but see, I would say the thing is I don't think they have an issue with people farming up more tokens, right? Or do you mean because of the fact that they wanted the tokens to be worth more gold, that's why they're putting in the nerfs? I suppose that could make sense. But otherwise, I would assume that ideally they want people buying as many tokens as possible, simply because of the fact that that means more gold for Blizzard, right? Am I missing something? I may be missing something obvious in that logic. But I would have thought that Blizzard ideally is fine with people buying more tokens for gold if that means they're also selling more tokens for dollars, right? Or do you mean that's how they're trying to get around the fact that the auction house was almost always completely sold out of tokens, or at least was for a long while? Because I suppose that also makes sense. Is blacksmithing more profitable than tailoring, Josh? No. I think tailoring is still the most profitable profession. I would say this expansion, enchanting has probably made me more gold on the whole, but that's also at a much higher cost, right? Like the profit margins are a lot slimmer, and like it is a lot rougher of a profession. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I would not recommend enchanting for the majority of crafters out there. But overall, I think for gold making, tailoring is by far the easiest profession. Not only because it's the cheapest profession to get into and to like get set up, but also because of the fact that you just have so many different items you can craft. And if all else fails, there will always be money in bags. I mean, that's one thing about World of Warcraft that has held true throughout all the expansions, is that you can always make money selling bags. And that's very much the case for this expansion as well. Now, will you make insane amounts of gold? Maybe, maybe not. It really comes down to volumes. But yeah, you can always make money making bags, if nothing else. And then tailoring also just has so many other items that they craft, right? Because tailoring, you've got the gear crafting, you've got the profession equipment, you've got the bolts, right? You can craft reagents, you can craft finishing reagents, you can craft... you've got a cooldown cloth. You've got the cooldown cloths in there. You've got bandages, right? You've got regular, like, consumables. You've got spell threads, which basically, as far as I'm concerned, are the same thing as an enchant, right? Like, yeah, and I think there's also some toys and things like that if you really wanted to get funky with it. And Lord knows, I didn't really give it a good shot, but I'm sure you could have probably made a good amount of gold selling these profession bags as well. I personally was a little bit skeptical about these these profession bags, simply because I didn't think the rewards were really all that great, right? Given the price for most of the professions, I think the only ones that I liked was like the leatherworking one and one other thing, but Bipolar Taco, I just mean that it was easy to not pay for the game. Well, you got to keep in mind, Blizzard actually prefers if you pay for your game with tokens. Because if you pay them your monthly sub, you're going to spend $15. If, however, you pay for your sub with a token, they're getting $20, right? And so even if you're paying with like it's $15 if you just pay per month, but if you take like a 6-month or a year-long promotion, like a sub for that long, you'll probably pay what's the like lowest, like $11 or $12, something like that, right? Whereas if you're buying it in tokens, someone has paid them $20 for that token. So if anything, Blizzard really wants you to pay via WoW token because it gets them a lot more money. It's just not coming from the same people. And I don't think Blizzard cares as much. I mean, I'm sure they do at some level care about like how much of their game is supported by like just a few people. But I think on the whole, they would prefer by and large for people to pay via token because it means more money that they make. Tailoring for sure, it is a gathering and crafting. Yeah, see, I completely forgot to mention as well. Yeah, it also functions as a gathering profession. So tailoring is just such a powerhouse of a profession that I don't think there's any other profession I would recommend more for gold making. Because whatever you want to do. Well, and you got to keep in mind, it's two things, right? One is you can do all those things at the same time, which is in and of itself very powerful. But the other thing is it's also flexibility, right? Because you may love jewel gathering for now, but you'll get burnt out at some point. At least for me. I don't know. I mean, I know there are people out there who are fine doing the exact same thing day in, day out in this game if it earns them a good amount of gold. For me, I have a very short attention span. And so something like tailoring where I can set it up once and then kind of go different directions with it is kind of more interesting to me. You know what I mean? Because then I don't need to go through the whole like headache of like skilling up and like doing all that over again. But I can do all these different things with the exact same character, the exact same profession. And I think that ability to like change what you're doing on a dime is super powerful as well. Y'all see the clip where the guy bought a bandage in the middle of the arena? No. That is hilarious though. Of course that's how that went. Because I guess now you can I guess you always could, since they introduced the Bruto to begin with. You could like probably have done that sooner, but now it's just open to a lot more people. That is hilarious, though. You gotta wonder when the hotfix is incoming for that. Could you do that in Battlegrounds? Well, I suppose unless they like disabled the mailbox toys as well, it really wouldn't be fair to do that in Battlegrounds. Although, I don't know. Could you not use the mailbox toys in the arena? I guess in arena they probably would have disabled that, right? If you have a link to it, drop it. That does sound hilarious. Dude, I love when people come up with creative ways of playing this game. I mean, until they get banned for clever use of game mechanics. Is that a bannable offense? Is clever use of game mechanics a bannable offense? I'm not trying to find out. But I know that's a phrase that gets bandied about, and I don't know if that's because it's a bannable offense or if that's like how you get out of getting banned for something by just describing it as a clever use of game mechanics, which I suppose could also be the case, right? All right, let's open up our sold auctions. It's been 29 days since I last checked auctions on this guy. Or not 29, sorry, 19 days. Hey, the profit margins aren't too bad for a lot of these enchants. Now, admittedly, the dollar, like the gold amounts aren't that high, right? 726, like you don't have both, but 726 gold and 472 gold. It's not too bad. Oh, I have the wrong screen up, don't I? How are we doing on time? I am also going to have to end the stream a little bit early today. All right, I can't play the audio because I messed up on Friday's stream. I tried to play some fun music off of YouTube, and as a result, the entire YouTube stream got copyright striked. So I can't enable desktop audio again because I'm worried I'm gonna get banned. Like I'm gonna get the stream taken down. I'm not monetized on YouTube yet, so I think we're okay, and they're not gonna like take it down. But it is hilarious that this is Zarya though. Dude, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. I love that iTunes, I think, literally heard me say copyright strike and decided to stop playing music. Series taking it to the next level. Dude, again, did you guys notice that I started running towards the auction house? Because I was like, oh, I need to do auction house stuff. I guess I got to go to the auction house. Completely forgetting the fact that I literally have an auction house wherever the heck I go. All right, let's open up our mail here as well, since we're... Nothing major in any of these mailboxes, because again, I just haven't been listing things. I haven't been crafting and I haven't been listing things. Dude, I have so much transmog that I need to resell at some point. It's just reposting transmog really gets me annoyed. Did I sub to the guy on YouTube? Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised that I wasn't already subbed to Zaryu. Because Zaryu puts out some really fun content. I guess I'm subbed on my, the account that I actually watch everything on. I wasn't subbed through a Drell show, but we got that sorted out. I think we also we literally raided Zaryu a couple weeks ago. But yeah, Zaryu's sick, man. He's got some great content. I also love his have you done your dailies thing. Hey, Josh with the tier 5 tier 1s. Thank you so much. Thank you. Very, very, very much appreciate that. Thank you so much, Josh. Also getting us closer to the Bruto giveaway for next week. Jeez, Josh Money 420X has gifted a total of 56 subs in this channel. Thank you so much. Everyone who just got gifted a sub, if you're in chat, please make sure you thank you thank Josh there for the gifted sub. And all of you guys get 5 bonus tickets to all of the giveaways that we're going to be doing, not only this week but also for the rest of the weeks that you guys are subbed. So, yeah, make sure you thank Josh in chat there. But thank you so much, Josh. Truly appreciate it. 5 tier 1 gifted. Thank you. All right, let's do a quick little repost. Oh, dude, all of my contracts are not worth a dang thing. This is what I mean. That Inscription, I'm fairly certain this is why they've nerfed multi-craft even more for Inscription than for other professions. Because if you see here, none of the contracts that I've crafted are profitable, which is just a wild situation to be in. Because basically what that means is you need to be completely min-maxing the profession, which I'd be happy to do. At this point, I probably can. I subbed to someone that's just paying you back. I suppose the logic is hard to argue with. Thank you so much, though. I truly appreciate it, Josh. Lord. I'm literally overwhelmed to the point that I'm trying to remember what I was trying to do here. All right, I guess let's try and craft some enchants here. Let's try and craft enchants on both of these tunes. And hopefully we have a little bit more time to mess around with some other stuff after that. We scanned the auction house, so we know that we're good on that. Dude, how are none of these rank 3 enchants? You know what the thing is it's probably because she doesn't have the epic tool, the epic resourcefulness tool. Now the question is, do we sit down and get that crafted for her, or do we take the easier way out, which is basically trying to see if it's more profitable to craft these at rank 2? Even then, we'd get better margins if we what do you call it? If we instead craft ourselves the rank, the epic tool. Algari Perception. Ooh. Rank 2's 1,000 gold profit, 63% profit margin. Yes, please. Let's queue those up. I don't know why it's not. I think it reset my targets for profitability. Oh yeah, there we go. Profit threshold 20%. I think I'm probably gonna have to be more okay with accepting a lower profit margin. I don't think we're gonna get the 20% as often as we did at the start of the expansion. But okay, let's craft these up. And then I should probably start using up my concentration. Lord knows I haven't done much of that at all. I think you're playing WoW. Fair enough. Fair enough. 1 second. Do we have... All right, we have it set up correctly here. We need to change the setting from here to auto-select top profit quality. I mean, realistically, my time is probably going to be better spent because we have about 20 minutes left before I need to... before I'm literally going to have someone coming over. So I need to be there to... Like, I should ideally be there to greet them. 1 second. Let me double check where they've reached. All right, never mind. We've got like 15 minutes left. I would probably be better served by using this time to use up my concentration. In all honesty. Okay, that just queued up a whole bunch of things, and I'm skeptical that all of these are super profitable. Chance of burrowing rapidity. Are we crafting these at rank 2s? Dude, how are the rank 2s selling for this much? Should we YOLO it? Screw it, let's do it. I mean, these ones that are getting me like 2 grand each. I mean, I suppose that's 10 gold, 10 grand probably by doing all 5 of these. But I'm also kind of lazy. All right, so that's about 100,000 gold in profit that we'll generate in the next few minutes. All right, let's do it. Shopping. Create auctionator shopping list. Boom. Do I need any finishing agents? No, right? No, I'm good. It would have probably calculated that already. I think it should. Yeah, optimize finishing agents. All right, boom. How are we not using finishing agents? Although I guess for enchanting rank 2 crafts, we've never really used finishing agents, other than maybe like the start of the expansion, before they brought the prices of enchanting materials down. It kind of made sense to do that, to use like the resourcefulness finishing agents. Okay, I think I may have. There's a slight chance that I overpaid for whatever that finishing agent was, but hey, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? I have 32 knowledge points. The problem is I don't even know where else to put them. You know what I mean? Because the thing is that this enchanter here is her only job is to max out this tree and then resourcefulness, right? And ingenuity, I guess, and we've done all that. These 2 trees I already have maxed out on my main. So there's no point putting points into there. And I have another enchanter that's specialized into all these trees. And I suppose I could put points into like one of these trees, but the problem is then I need to also max out multi-craft, and I don't have enough points to do both of those things. I suppose if I had stayed on top of my patron orders, I would have had enough enough artisan security or enough knowledge points to do all that. But I didn't, so we won't, and I'll probably just slap that on another alt. I don't know. Are there any other professions you guys want me to cover, by the way? Because it's been a while since we've done like a profession deep dive. Ugh, it's so much storm dust, dude. How much storm dust have I bought so far this expansion? It should probably tell me somewhere on here, but I'm not saying it. Boom. Open up our mail. Oof, don't look. Yeah, probably a good idea as well. Why did it only craft 1 before it janked out on me here? Oh, I forgot to open the mailbox after I bought the mats, didn't I? Boom, that's probably why. But if you want, you can go to TSM Ledger. I mean, the issue I have is I don't think my TSM Ledger is grabbing everything. Let's check Journalator instead. I trust that more. Storm Dust. In the last month. All right, there we go. I was like, there's no shot that I only spent 277,000 gold on this in the last 3 months. Let's see, does that update? Or is it gonna lie? 10 million on this account. And that's not even my main account. Lord, all right, this is gonna feel painful, but we need answers. We need answers, gosh dang it. 1 second, let me queue up these crafts. Let's we got a shatter essence. Not that. Where are we, dude? Are we out of? No, never mind. We have crystalline powder on deck. Let's go ahead and shatter and start crafting. Storm dust. Dude, I've spent 20 million gold. I've spent 20 million gold on storm dust alone. Oh Lord, that's so much gold. Imagine if I had imagine if I had actually disenchanted any meaningful amount of mats and like farmed up my own mats that way. How much gold I could have saved. I was gonna say saved or like made. Dude, check that out. 20 million. 9.4 million on this account and 9.6 on this account. Or 9.7 on 10.7 on this account. And 9.35 on this account if we want to be real particular with it. That is so much gold. That is so much gold. Why is it... Oh, we're out of enchanting vellums. Dude, I want this mount. Sinful gladiators. Oh, never mind. This is the gladiator version. But you can get Zoval for just doing all of Shadowlands. Zoval Soul Eater, right? This mount? Sick ass mount. I mean, super, super sick mount. I want this guy. I just don't know if I want to do the entirety of Shadowlands. Is it worth it? Chat, what do we think? Is it worth doing all of Shadowlands to get a mount that looks that lit? Because it's a super sick looking mount, but... Was I a good boy? No, I was told you were the worst. I mean, yeah. I'd rather get Gladiator than go through all of the Shadowlands content. That is kind of hilarious. I mean, well, 1 second. Let's go through, because I was taking a look. I was at the end of Dragonflight. I was like very casually trying to unlock that achievement, right? And I don't think I came anywhere close. But 1 second, I need to pick up more enchanting vellums. I guess I'm out of enchanting vellums on both of my tunes, which I didn't think was going to be a thing. But I suppose the main thing I've sold this expansion, the main thing I've crafted this expansion, the main thing I've sold this expansion has just been a stupid amount of enchants. Which was all just like revenge for me messing up my enchanting build at the start of Dragonflight. And I think that's the reason why I was like so dogged about making sure that I made as much gold as possible with enchanting this time around. Dang it, I need the mailbox. 1 second, let me grab my mats and then I'll catch up on chat while we're crafting. All right, Trade Skill Master's being weird, but never mind that. I have all the buffs up that I need, right? Inventory is full. Great. Just top tier stuff right here. What can I get rid of? We already have one of the... Why can't I craft more of them? We already have one in our bags. Archaic Cipher Key? Oh, I should have turned this in before reset. Dang it. I think that's account-wide, though, right? So I can turn it in on an alt for some experience. Do you have anything I can vendor? Or that I should vendor, rather? Oh, Lord. let's just trade something over to my alt. The hell is... Oh, we crafted everything that this chick has to craft. I guess we have more enchants on this dude. All right, let's go ahead and get all of our crafts done so we can list them on the auction house, and then we gotta wrap up the stream pretty soon. What's up? Welcome to the stream. I see we have a bunch more people joining us on Twitch. Welcome in, everyone. How's everybody's day going? You guys making gold, or you farming the anniversary currency? Try and close some of these windows so it's less confusing. We are crafting a whole bunch of enchants. Because it looks like the profit margins have come back a bit on them. Doesn't look as bleak as it used to. That's what the mount said. Was I a good boy? No, I was told you were the worst. Thinking about dropping skinning and getting something else on my character while waiting for PvP queues. But then it's all kind of dog shit. I mean, I would say, honestly, consider using that tailoring build. Although I guess that's not great for between queues, right? Well, what other profession do you have? Because I guess that's the main question. Uh-oh. I think I accidentally crafted more of that enchant than I was supposed to, but oh well. Don't forget to raid when you leave. Yeah. Let me know in chat who you guys think we should raid as well, by the way. But yeah, I'm trying to think what would be good between queues, because I think skinning in general as a gathering profession, even as far as gathering profession goes, has kind of gotten a little bit worse, right? I've heard that skinning wasn't as lucrative as like herbalism and mining were, other than like that daily like thingamabobber that you do. One second. What's the other enchant we have? I could have sworn we crafted... Did we only craft 3 enchants? Or did we already try and trade one off? Maybe that's what's going on. After you take off, I'm back to Ferret Sanctuary. Ferret Software. Is that another streamer? I can't say I've heard of them to be honest, but that's probably more on me than anything else. But anyway, anyone who's just joined the stream, make sure you drop a follow and subscribe or subscribe on YouTube. If you're interested in the giveaways, we'll be doing the Gummy Pack giveaway on Wednesday stream, and then the Bruto giveaway on Friday stream. And you can enter on both Twitch and YouTube to get tickets each. And then you also get 5 bonus tickets as a Twitch sub. So yeah, if you guys are interested in the giveaways, that's that right there. You can also use the giveaway command to get more details about it. I'll go ahead and give away. There we go. Spelling is sometimes more challenging than I thought it would be. Pirate Software has a channel for his Ferret Sanctuary that funds it. Oh, that's sick. That's really cute. I may have to check that out. Bruto today? No, man. Bruto is on Friday stream. So make sure you guys drop back for Friday stream where we will be giving away a Bruto. But okay, we finished off crafting all of our enchants. Let's go ahead and list these up, and let's hope that they're still profitable to sell. Because I feel like I'm so skeptical of the markets in general that I'm constantly wondering if, even by the time I craft it, we're gonna get around to like they're still gonna remain profitable. Enchant Ring Curse Mastery, was that one of the ones we just did? I suppose we should probably take a quick look at craft results here. See how much gold we actually made. 45,000 gold is not too bad. Curse Mastery. All right, so we got to work on the Trade Skill Master group for this. You said Monday last week. Oh, did I? Ooh. My bad. Yeah, unfortunately today we did have to do a shorter stream because basically I have some family visiting who are staying with us. So I was a little bit late starting stream because I was just busy like getting a bunch of stuff set up, and then they're also about to like reach here any minute now, so we will have to cut the stream a little bit short, just because I don't want to be rude to my family member and be like, sorry, like I couldn't greet you to my house for the first time. So I'm terribly sorry, chat, but I will make up for it on either Wednesday stream or Friday stream. But yeah, that's the other reason why yeah. To be fair, Friday stream last week was also a short stream, but that was a bonus stream. We weren't planning on streaming on Friday last week because of the Wally. And then we hit a sub goal, and so I was thinking about it. Friday, that way more people can get in on it. Yeah, that was my thinking. Because we did the Bruto giveaway last Monday, and that was great. Like we had a lot more people join the stream and everything like that than usual. But I was a bit worried that like I said, I kind of want to, at least for the first couple of giveaways, I want to do them on different days of the week, just because not everyone can join on Monday and not everyone can join on Wednesday, and we haven't done a Friday Bruto giveaway yet. So I figured like let's try doing it Friday this time around. And today I knew we were going to have a shorter stream, so I didn't want to do a giveaway because like I feel like people are used to having, the 4-hour window during which they can get their tickets in. And so if we were doing a shortened stream, then I didn't want to do the giveaway as well. And I also didn't like post about the giveaway ahead of time. So that was my thinking. So I hope everyone's okay with that. He's the GOAT, trust the process. Thank you so much, Josh. But okay, 1 second. Where are we? We were supposed to fix the Trade Skill Master group here for, what was the enchant that we crafted 20 of? Cursed Mastery. So we got to come down to Ring Enchants. Enchanting, Ring Enchants, Cursed rank 2. And let's see here what our crafting cost is. Cost optimization. What do we say? Cursed Mastery, right? Oh, I don't have the right window up. Cursed Mastery. Rank 2. Start into simulation mode here, and we have to do a price override. And I'm sorry, everyone, that the windows are looking so messy, because I know people have mentioned in the YouTube comments that the windows can get a little bit confusing. But I'll explain what I'm doing here. And basically, what I'm doing is I'm using these 3 windows to figure out what the lowest price that I can sell this crafted item for. All right, so we're going to set this to rank 2. All right, and so we know that if we sell it for 2670, we're making a 700 gold profit. But I want to see what happens if we override this and we pretend that the price of this is instead 2200 gold. We're still making a 253 gold profit. So now we'll come back over to this account and we'll change this group to 2200 gold. I should already have one. I should already have a group made, but if not, there we go. 2200 gold times 5. There we go. And so now, when we come back to the auction house and run our Trade Skill Master scan, it will actually post those for us. Boom. Wait. Yeah. All right. Curse Master. There we go. But okay, with that said, we crafted a total of about 100,000 gold worth of profit today. A little bit less than we usually do. But that's also because it's a shorter stream. We also spent a bit of time talking about Dark Moon Fair Gold, which I think was hopefully also helpful, or at least served as a helpful reminder to some of you guys out there who may be interested in making gold with Dark Moon Fair. But with that said, we are going to have to wrap up the stream here because my family member is going to be reaching here at any point this moment, like any moment. And so I do want to be there to greet them. But anyway, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. I'm pleasantly surprised to see how many viewers we've been averaging on both the streams. So thank you everyone who tuned in. Happy Diwali, Josh. And thank you so much for the gifted subs. Very, very much appreciate that as well. Skinning and Alchemy. Alchemy is not leveled much yet, so no idea what to do with this care. I would honestly say it's not a bad call to just pick up tailoring. Because if nothing else, between PvP battles, you could just craft a whole bunch of bags. Right? And wing those on the auction house and make a decent bit of gold there. Or if you're fine to drop both professional slots, dude, craft bracers and disenchant them. We took a look at it on stream last Wednesday or last Monday, I think is when we did the Bruto giveaway, right? And that's a great little what do you call it? What's it called? That's a great little shuffle. That's a great little shuffle to do between queues, especially if you can do it all in the same character, because you just swap between crafting bracers when you're a little bit more AFK, and if you're a bit more at your machine, then you disenchant. Gathering is awful. Yeah, I mean, the margins for that, like, the prices are going to keep coming down. Nazi, so much math, I'm too lazy for that. I just trust my luck in my luck for gold making. Like in Dragonflight, someone offered to buy a trinket from me for 1 million gold that dropped in raid. I didn't even need it. Good stuff. Good stuff. I mean, yeah, that's not a bad idea as well. If you're doing enough content, you will stumble upon something or the other that'll like make you gold, right? Even if you're just mount farming, there's a good chance you get something rare to drop for you. I think these gold farms work well if you're willing to put in a little bit more effort, or if you have a substantial need for gold, then it's probably going to be a little bit harder to just rely on luck. But anyway, all right, thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day ahead. May the RNG gods be ever in your favor, and I will see all of you lovely people on Wednesday. Drop a message in chat letting me know who you guys want to raid, and I'll set that up. But thank you so much. Apologies again for the shorter stream today, but hopefully it was still helpful, right? We covered some Dark Moon Fair gold. We covered some enchanting gold, and we looked at also blacksmithing and tailoring a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, as tends to be the case, is like I showed you guys a bunch of things that I should be doing to make gold, but didn't actually do that many of them. So hopefully some of you guys hop onto that and steal the gold out from under me, because I feel like I deserve it with how often I show you guys how to make gold and then don't end up doing it myself. But anyway, best of luck out there. Have fun, and I will see all of you lovely people on Wednesday. If you enjoyed the stream, please consider dropping a follow or subscribing if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, consider subbing as well. You get 5 bonus tickets to the giveaway on Wednesday and Friday, as well as all the other giveaways that we'll be doing in the coming weeks, which is basically each week we're going to do a Bruto giveaway and a Gummi pet giveaway. And so if you are a Twitch sub, you'll get 5 bonus tickets to all of those giveaways. With that said, this has been the Adrel Show. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.